Yo, 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 what is up? We are back. It's me, Ryan from No Border Sports. I got Bryant Culp with me, and I got Corey Lockdown Davis. We are here to do some trivia. The tables are turned on Corey this once. Haha, this is my book. This is my book and my questions now, Corey. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm still having some good time out here in Louisiana. Was
Yeah.
down there, had some homemade soup here and some what's it called? Pasta with shrimp. And then went to my cousin's house, had alligator, and they had some crawfish. But I couldn't eat it because it was too spicy.
What up, everyone? We got Bebop in the house. We got Damian
Hey,
Lee in the
Bebop.
house.
Hey, Damon Lee.
We got Raphael
Hey,
526
Raphael.
562. Sorry. We got Don Dodson in the house. What up,
Hey,
Don? How's
Don
the
Dawson.
girls? Man, we packed. We got a show. We're gonna be doing trivia here in a second. I should probably let people know when this book was made. It was made in 2019. So everything in this book up to 2018, anything that's changed after that, we don't care. We don't have the time to Google all this stuff right now. So we're going on everything up to 2018. Okay. Just to be safe. So people know. Oh, we got a little Spongy in the house. Spongy, you gonna come on?
Hey, little Spongy.
Here, I'll drop the link for everybody. We got homies in that thing, so I'll drop the link for everybody here if anybody wants to come on and be a part of this.
And if not, if you just want to be a part of the chat but still answer questions, no one's got to break your arm or twist you. If you want to just answer occasionally, I'm going to keep up with everybody on the side. So we'll write everybody's name down, and it's worst case scenario, you're a genius, or you're the biggest 49er fan ever. You know it all. So
Yes,
I don't think there's a worst case scenario. I think we're all going.
we're not giving out money and we're not taking money. So, and you can play along in the chat. Yes, there's multiple choices. Well, it's not just multiple choices, I guess. Wait, hold on. Yeah, there's multiple choices. Me.
Okay.
Give it a couple minutes. We'll probably have a few good fellows popping in here in a minute.
They're not all multiple choice questions.
Okay.
But
you might got same, but Niner Sickness got.
I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. We'll figure it out. Oh, we got Steve-O in the house. Looks like he's on a nature walk. What up, Steve-O?
Hey, Steve-O.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Steve-O.
You out walking the dog? That's good, pup.
Wants me to get some exercise. Says I'm getting fat.
Right? Oh, we got David, the Auntie Slayer, in the house.
What up, David?
What up, David?
Auntie Slayer.
I'm telling you, Corey, we're gonna have to. I have to go in. We're gonna have to record a session off live of you doing intros for everybody, and then I'm gonna cut that up into sound bites. Oh, bro, I'm telling you, everybody be paying for a Corey Davis introduction thing for the. You know what I mean? You could sell those. You could go on Fiverr and sell those. The best intros in the game. $10 for an intro. You know what I mean?
You got Pat McAfee beat for sure.
Yeah. Pat McAfee's great at it. So, I was thinking we might do NFC West draft trivia tonight. I don't have just a 49ers book. If you want to just go through 49ers questions, you know what I mean? This book will go very quick. So it's all it's all gonna be NFC West draft questions tonight. So you'll learn your opponents. It's always good to know your opponent.
I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
Did you see my hat yesterday?
Did I? I don't think I took notice of it. What was your?
Let me see if I can.
Oh, yes, I remember that one. Yes, Corey, I like that one. I like that. I think you asked me. Was that
Oh, yeah, I
yesterday or
did.
the day
Okay.
before?
It was
Yeah.
the day before.
Yeah, because I really like the red draft hat more than I do the white one. Not to say that the white one's bad. I'm just saying I look at the red one. I'm like, oh, that one pops a little more to me. But
Yep.
there's a reason why there's two different versions, and there's a reason why Aaron was so excited that he got the white version. It's because he thinks that one looks better, and he's right. So am I. It's all relative. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's why they make two different versions. Yeah. Oh, Spongy says he'll be in a little bit.
So how many questions is this?
It's gonna be 16 altogether. There's four per team. You want to get into it right now?
No, I was just curious because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. We got
And
four
it's all
per team.
And it's all fun. We're just gonna keep the score as close as we can, and I think after it I'll give answers to the numbers that's been added. I'll give everything that I wrote down to Ryan, and then Ryan can add everything up and reveal it on the Friday show.
Oh no, we'll just do it as is. We'll
Okay.
just take a tally.
So when the answers are given, you guys are going to give the correct answers so we can talk about it, correct? Or no?
We're just gonna tell you if you're right or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's not really up for debate. Because it's either right or it's wrong. But we already stated that this book only goes up to 2018. So anything after that, we've already accounted that we don't care, and it doesn't matter because we're only going up to 2018 as far as this knowledge goes. I don't have time to Google every single one of them. You know what I mean? And I guess I don't have an up-to-date book. And I'm not buying a damn book every year. All I'm saying. So let's start off with the Seahawks. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody in the chat, this will be question number 1. Which wide receiver was taken highest overall by Seattle? Joey Galloway, Corin Robinson, Brian Blades, or Golden Tate?
I'll say Joey. What was the first one?
Joey Galloway, Corin Robinson.
Joey Galloway.
Okay. I'm gonna go through the names one more time. Joey Galloway, Corin Robinson, Brian Blades, and Golden Tate. Bryant, who do you think?
I'm gonna take the D.
Okay. Brian's going Golden Tate. David McNiner.
I'll take B.
He's Corin Robinson.
B as in Batman.
Yeah. Steve-O, who are you going with?
I want to say A, but I'm going to go C.
He's going C. And then Bryant, we got Bebop saying D. We got Don saying D. And we got Bebop saying D.
Okay. We got it.
And we only got one correct answer, as far as I know. And it was Joey Galloway.
Ooh.
He was taken 8th overall in the 1995 draft.
That's not saying much.
No?
Yeah.
He was there. What's up? Yeah, Corey's laughing.
I got it right.
There. Ooh, I think, yes, this is a good one. Okay. True or false? Steve Largent was drafted by the Seahawks. Now, if you have spent some time, listening to the shows that we've had with our buddy Joe Stevens on, this topic has come up twice. The answer to this has been talked about twice. So, true or false? Was Steve Largent drafted by the Seahawks? Corey, I'm going to start with you.
I won't say true.
Bryant, what do you think?
I'm gonna say true. Now I'm unsure, but I'm gonna say true.
David McNiner?
I'm gonna say false.
Yeah.
Steve O.
Yeah, I don't know how old Joe is, but I think he's like 25. But when he told me he was not drafted by the Seahawks, and he was correct, that I earn respect for him. So I'm gonna say false.
Let's see. Oh, Spongy's trying to say he was an undrafted free agent. Now that is false, Spongy. No, but the answer to this question is false.
Yeah.
Steve Largent. Hold on. Steve Largent was first drafted by the Oilers in the 4th round of the 1976 draft, but then was dealt to Seattle prior to the season for an 8th round pick. So he never played for another team, but he was drafted by another team. So we got Spongy said false. Don Dodson said false. And Bebop said false. Corey Davis
For
said
an
false.
8th round pick? How many rounds were there back then?
No, Corey said
I
true.
don't know, but there was more. And I think it was they were finding there was no real need to go later than, a certain amount of rounds because the guys weren't making the team anyways.
And I said false as well.
No,
Oh,
I said true.
That's right. Court.
I
Yes,
said
you
true.
did. You did say true. That's right.
Yeah. Darn it.
Okay.
And that was the one and only time I had respect for a Seahawks fan.
5 quarterbacks were taken before Seattle selected Russell Wilson 75th overall. Name them. Oh, good. This is the one where we weren't ready for. Tell you what, you don't have to name all of them. If you can name 3 of them, if you can name 3 of them. Tell you what, if you can name one of them, tell me one of the quarterbacks that was taken before Russell Wilson in the 75th pick in the 2012 draft. Corey.
Wow.
You know what? I'm just gonna say I lost because I can't remember.
One of them's playing right now for a team, but see how to.
One of them is not playing right now for a team. That's like 45 years ago.
Nope, one of them is definitely playing for a team right now. We don't know how long he will be playing for a team though.
Well, that's like 1975 to 2023. Is that right?
No, Russell Wilson, bro, was drafted in 2012. So, name one quarterback that was taken before Russell Wilson in the 2012 draft. Bryant Culp, I'll go with you. You gotta.
So, okay, the question is one quarterback taken before Russell Wilson in
Yes.
the 2012. Okay, it's not one quarterback before the Seahawks had Russell Wilson, right?
No, just
Okay.
one quarterback that was name one quarterback that was taken before Russell Wilson in the 2012 draft.
Oh wow. Andrew Luck.
Okay, that's an up. David McNiner.
Robert Griffin III.
Okay, Steve-O, do you got any?
Yeah, my bad. I thought you said 1975, so I was like,
You're good.
there's no way. So I'm gonna go with Matt Hasselbeck.
You think Matt Hasselbeck
No,
came
see,
in the league at the same time? as-
I think you got confused with the question
Yeah.
too, because the way it kind of was worded, the way I understood it was like, who was a quarterback on the Seahawks that got drafted before
Well,
Russell Wilson?
like I said,
That's
yeah.
what it sounded like. That was
the
like,
question initially was, what were the 5 quarterbacks taken before Seattle Seahawks selected Russell Wilson in 7th pick overall in 2012 draft? So
2012.
Can I say Alex Smith now?
yes, you could say Alex Smith.
Okay.
I'll
So,
go
Steve,
with I'll go with the Raiders guy, the guy on one knee that could throw 70 yards.
okay, wonderful. Moving on. So, I still don't think you got it. That wasn't the 2012 draft. So Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin, Tannehill, Brandon Whedon, and Brock Osweiler. So David McNiner and Bryant Culp got it.
Yeah.
Don didn't. I'm sorry if any of you didn't understand that one. Don't take it personally. We just got to move on.
Tannenhill being the only one still left in the league. Other than
For
Russell
now,
Wilson.
but yeah, I'm driving home, so my bad.
You're good. All right. It says the Seahawks have had a top 5 pick 7 times in their franchise history. Which one of these players was not taken with one of those choices? Earl Thomas, Rick Meir, Cortez Kennedy, or Kenny Easley? You need me to read that again?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. So it says the Seahawks have had a top 5 pick 7 times in their draft, in their franchise history. Which one of these players was not taken with one of those choices? So in other words, they've picked in the top 5 times. Which one of these players was not one of the people's picked with one of those picks? Earl Thomas, Rick Meir, Cortez Kennedy, or Kenny Easley? I'll start with you, Corey.
A.
Okay, A, Earl Thomas. Brian Colt.
I'm gonna go A.
All right. David.
I'm gonna go. I know. I'll go A. I'll stick with those guys.
Okay. Steve-O Supremo.
And I'm gonna take the D.
You're going with Kenny Easley.
Yep, because I don't know who the hell he is.
Kenny Easley is probably Joe's favorite player, other than Cam.
Bebop went with Rick Meir. So
Rick Meir.
Rick Meir. What letter is that one? B, C?
That is B.
B. Thank you.
And the answer is A. Thomas was taken with the 14th overall choice in the 2010 draft out of Texas.
Woohoo!
Corey pumping his fist again.
mean,
Yeah,
Kennedy was a beast back in the day.
Dude,
Don
Kennedy
Kennedy.
was
Oh, you
not
ain't lying.
somebody. Oh, he was like
Gotcha.
like their Gilbert Brown, but like even more like he was like, who was it? Randall McDaniel, was it? Not Randall McDaniel. Randall. You know the defensive lineman for the Vikings? John Randall.
Well,
God,
oh,
I love me some John Randall. Yeah, Cortez Kennedy was like a John Randall. He was just gonna be a terror on that line. There's gonna be a big whole clump in the middle of the line, and hopefully you got around it before he got to you, because it was just. Oh, Don put in A, so Don
Yep.
got a. Yep, okay.
got her
So
down.
now that Seahawks questions are over, we're now moving on to the Cardinals. Oh, this might be another dumb one. These two players were taken with the first two choices in the 2004 draft ahead of Larry Fitzgerald, who went third overall to the Cardinals. Okay, so name me one of the two people who was taken in front of Larry Fitzgerald in the 2004 draft. And I can tell you that looking in the chat, somebody has already used him as an answer. That's a hint. So tell me one of the two people that was taken before Larry Fitzgerald, who went third overall to the Cardinals in 2004. Corey, you got anybody? Oh, he's looking through the chat right now. He's like, which one? Which guy was drafted in 2004?
There's
I
no
can't blame
multiple.
him.
There's no multiple choice.
No, there is no multiple choice. The multiple choice is everybody in the 2004 draft. You gotta tell me which answer it is.
All right. So Corey dropped out, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in. Eli Manning and Philip Rivers.
Okay. David McNiner?
I only have to name one, right?
You only have to name one.
Okay, Eli Manning.
Okay. Corey?
Man, that's what I was gonna go with, Eli Manning.
Okay. Steve-O?
Yeah, because of my age, I'm just gonna go ahead and concede and say Red Bull.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Anybody want to put a answer in the chat? The chat. You can cheat. There's no B. There's no letters. You have to put the name down, but the name has already been printed out in the chat. So if you can figure out which name was already in there and just copy and paste it, please is not.
I mean, if it was Rick Mirror, but how
Hold on.
in Seattle, Rick Mirror is not that impressive. Am I right?
Okay. We're not talking about Seattle right now, but we're talking about the 2004 draft. We're talking about Cardinals. So, name one of the two players that were taken before Larry Fitzgerald in the 2004 draft? That's for Bebop. He wanted to hear the question again. You've already put in your answer of Red Bull, so it will give Bebop a couple more seconds.
I mean, other than that, I would guess the canned food grocery guy. But
Yeah, you definitely won. All right. So the answer is Eli Manning. Well, it's Eli Manning and somebody else I've never heard of, but I'm sure somebody's gonna. Robert Gallery.
Who?
Yeah, Robert Gallery. Guessing he was taken second. He's probably like a defensive edge or something. You know what I mean? Some like dude who just tanked.
And what happened there is what the Chargers drafted Eli first, and then they traded to the Giants back, and the Giants drafted Philip Rivers later in the first round, if I'm right. And then they swapped. They made the trade because Eli didn't want to go play for the Chargers.
yeah, that was shady.
Yeah. So, next question. This Hall of Fame quarterback was taken in the 1965 draft by the Cardinals, but decided to forsake the NFL for the AFL. Is it Charlie Johnson, Joe Namath, Craig Morton, Jim Plunkett. So in other words, it was obviously this was before the merger. So there was two different leagues. He got drafted into both, but he said, forget the NFL. I'm going with an AFL team. Who was it? Charlie Johnson, Joe Namath, Craig Morton, or Jim Plunkett?
I'll go with C.
Steve was
Okay.
taking C. Okay.
C. Craig Morton. All right. Corey, you got any ideas?
I'm going with A.
You're gonna go with Charlie Johnson? Okay.
Yeah.
David McNiner?
I'm gonna go with Joe Namath.
Okay. Oh, it looks like Bebop went with the D. Don went with the D. And let's see, is there anybody else we're waiting for?
Me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going same thing with David McNiner. I'm going with Joe Namath. I know he got to play in the Super Bowl, but I don't know if how long he was in the league. I'm gonna go Joe Namath.
And you are correct. B. Joe Namath.
Oh,
He,
man.
So you and David got it correctly. Let's see. Joe Namath was chosen 12th overall by the Cardinals, but decided to take his shot with the Jets and the AFL. And then the Jets merged. The Jets merged. And he just became, that's how he got to the Super Bowl, was his team was just automatically lumped into it.
Man.
Okay. True or false? Dan Deerdorf was one of the 4 future Hall of Famers taken in the first 2 rounds of the 1971 draft. I'll read it again. True or false? Dan Deerdorf was one of the 4 future Hall of Famers taken in the first 2 rounds of the 1971 draft.
I think I'm gonna go false. I should go true, but I think it's false.
What's you always go with your first instinct, Corey. What's your first instinct?
False.
Okay. Let's see. Bryant, what are you going with?
I might go true.
Okay. Corey. Or not Corey, but
Yeah,
David
Corey, what are you going to get with? You taking true?
David McNiner, who are you going with?
I'm going with false.
Okay. Steve-O.
Yeah, I've actually worked with somebody related to him, so I'm going to say true.
Okay. It says, okay. So Don says true. Bebop says true. Spongy is late. He can catch the next one. But answer is true.
And
Deerdorf was taken with the 34th overall choice in the 1971 draft by the Cardinals out of Michigan. Jack Ham, Jack Youngblood, and John Riggins were the other 3.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys, and hopefully you guys stick with us. This is fun.
Oh yeah, this will be the last Arizona question, and then we're on to the 49ers and then the Lambs. So we're almost halfway through. Big question here. This Arizona State product, essentially this Arizona State person who lived in Arizona, this Arizona State product was the 2nd round pick of the Cardinals in 1997, but would go on to pass for more yards in the NFL than any draft pick in franchise history? Was it A, Jake Plummer, B, Neil Lomax, C, Josh McCown, or D, Matt Leinart? Corey, you want me to read it again?
I'm going to see.
Okay, Josh McCown. Bryant, who you thinking?
Jake Plummer.
Okay. Jake Plummer, he says.
Is that B?
That would be A. Jake
okay.
Plummer, A. Neil Lomax, B. Josh McCown, C. And Matt Leinart as D.
All right.
David McNiner, who you thinking?
I'm honestly thinking. Oh, okay. What are the? Give me those one more time. The answers one more time.
A. Jake Plummer,
Okay.
B. Neil Lomax, C. Josh McCown, or D. Matt Leinart?
I'm gonna go with Jake Plummer.
Okay. Steve-O, what are you thinking?
Can't remember Plummer on the Cardinals, so I'm gonna go with C.
All right. Josh McCown. The chat.
We haven't
Seems
got an answer yet.
Haven't got the chat in here yet. Bebop. Oh, Bebop says C. Josh McCown.
See, okay.
Don, what are you thinking? I gotta head out, have the girls ready for bed. Okay. You take it easy, Don.
Thanks for coming in.
Spongy, what are you thinking?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Is the link not in there? Still, is that what
Chardall-
you're...
Chardall just showed up. He says Plummer.
Yeah. Okay. Chardall's got Plummer.
Do not remember him playing with the Cardinals at all.
Well, so the answer to the question is A, Plummer would pass for 29,253 yards in the NFL, with the Cardinals and the Broncos.
Yep, Jake the Snake. He was Arizona quarterback for a long time, and then right after they lost John Elway, I think Jake Plummer went to the Broncos. I think it was after Brian Greasy.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
he was good at the Broncos.
Jake the Snake, that was him.
Man, I forgot about that.
And then also Kenny Snabler, he was the Snake too. So there's been a couple quarterbacks that went by that died.
What does that mean? He was a snake.
Kenny Snabler? That was his nickname. That was his nickname. He was the Snake. Kenny Stabler was good.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
by the way, I watched a little short from Ryan today talking about snakes. That was pretty funny.
Yo, what's up?
Yes. What up, Spongy?
What up?
So now we're on to the 49ers question, Spongy. So
Oh, yay.
yeah. 8 quarterbacks who have been drafted by the who've been drafted by San Francisco 49ers have ended up throwing for 10,000 yards or more in the NFL. Name at least 4 of them. So 8 quarterbacks who've been drafted by the San Francisco 49ers have ended up throwing 10,000 yards or more in the NFL. Name at least 4 of them.
Are we really doing 4?
I'm going to go with Joe
Yeah.
Montana.
Oh, man.
I'm going to go with Joe Montana. Steve Young. Brody. And I want to say Jeff Garcia, but I'm not sure.
Okay, you're wrong. I can't elaborate, but you're wrong. I'll name them all later. Everybody's just got to list out 4 they think are right. Bryant Culp.
Okay, I'll list my 4. Can you read the question one more time?
49er quarterbacks that have over 10,000 yards. There's 8 of them.
There's 8 of them. Okay.
That were drafted.
That were drafted. That were drafted.
Oh, okay. That were drafted by the 49ers.
Young wasn't drafted by the Niners, by the way.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh crap!
So we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Oh, yeah, I didn't understand that question.
I'll give you another go around if you think about it, okay? But I'll save you for the end.
We're gonna go Joe Montana. We're gonna go Alex Smith. We're gonna go John Brody. And we're gonna go Jim Plunkett.
Okay, you're
No,
wrong.
no, take Jim Plunkett off. I'm sorry, take Jim Plunkett off, and let's put Jimmy Garoppolo. Nope, sorry. 1 second. I'm gonna say
1,000.
He said Garoppolo.
1,000.
I'm gonna say
2,000. 3,000.
Elvis Gerback.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
I can't say yes or no.
Oh,
Okay, Spongy, you're 4.
so I'm gonna go Montana. Colin Kaepernick. Oh crap! 2 more. All the quarterbacks suck, so I didn't really.
Whoa.
All right,
No.
yeah, just skip me.
Okay. David McNiner.
Joe Montana, Alex Smith, John Brody, and Colin Kaepernick.
Okay. Steve-O.
I'll go with Y.A. Tittle, Joe Montana, Y.A. Tittle, and
You said that twice. I think.
Alex Smith. I don't know. I lose. Okay, whatever.
Can you name another one other than Alex Smith, Y.A. Tittle, and John Brody? Or what was it? What's the other one you named?
He named Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Y.A. Tittle. Man, I'm drinking. Why are you guys trying to mess with me?
Because you're on the panel on a trivia show. Okay.
What did I say? I said Y.A. Tittle,
I don't know.
John Brody, and I forgot what I said after that. I
Okay.
don't know. Let's take it
All right.
Corey, do you want to take another crack at it?
Okay. I will go the same way with David McNiner, Joe Montana, Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick,
I gave you all Kaepernick. I shouldn't have said anything.
and Joe Montana, John Brody, Colin Kaepernick, and Alex Smith.
Okay.
There you go.
So David McNiner, Bebop Jones, and Bryant Culp all got it right. There's Joe Montana, Alex Smith, Y.A. Tittle, John Brody, Earl Morale, Billy Kilmer, Elvis Gerbach, and Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
Re-
So I at least got 2 right.
Recount.
I at least got 2
You
right.
couldn't even get to 4, Steve-O.
Yeah, but I had Y.A. Tittle and Brody. Y.A. Tittle and Brody's before my time. Come on now.
Okay.
Yeah, but you could only get to 3.
Can you read it?
Both of those quarterbacks, but one of
Ryan.
those quarterbacks was before
Yeah.
my time.
Can you read the 4 who got it right again one more time?
It would be Corey,
Corey.
it'd be Corey, Bebop, David McNiner, and you.
Okay. Thank
Hey,
you.
I at least got 2 of them right. I only guessed 2.
Yes, you
What were the
did.
answers again?
Hey, Spongy gets a half a point, and Steve-O gets -1 because he's getting mouthy.
No, but what were the answers again?
See, you can't even listen.
No.
Joe Montana, Alex Smith, Y.A. Tittle, John Brody, Earl Morale, Billy Kilmer, Elvis Gerbach, Colin Kaepernick.
I think I did decent.
You did decent.
Then why'd you lose a point?
It could have been worse, right?
Okay. Okay, here we go. Question number 2 for the 49ers. Who was the highest drafted running back in terms of overall selection in franchise history? Frank Gore, Ricky Waters, Roger Craig, or Ken Willard? Who was the highest drafted running back in terms of overall selection in franchise history?
No.
I'm guessing somebody was picked with a higher pick, maybe in the second round or something, but overall, you know what I mean? Like if they were picked in the first pick of the second round, but overall it would have been, the 47th pick when somebody got picked to the third or the third pick in the second round, and overall that would have been the 35th pick. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to say. So what running back was it? Frank Gore, Ricky Waters, Roger Craig, or Ken Willard?
For the 49ers? Only the 49ers?
Only for the 49ers. They're drafted. That they spent their pick on, where it's the highest taken running back in 49ers history, essentially. Who it was.
I think I'm right now.
Corey?
Read the list again.
Frank Gore, Ricky Waters, Roger Craig, or Ken Willard?
What round was Frank Gore drafted? I can't think when Ricky Waters and Frank Gore. You gotta be out of them two. I'm going with Frank Gore.
Okay. Hey, Frank Gore, he says. Bryant, who you going with?
I'm going to take Frank Gore too.
Bryant's going A. Frank Gore. Spongy, who you going with? Frank Gore, Ricky Waters, Roger Craig, or Ken Willard?
I'm gonna go Ken Willard.
Okay, Spongy taking the D.
Take that
Uh,
D.
Whoa, that's a pause.
Whoa. No, it's just your selection. It's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, everybody takes the D around here. It's not nothing.
Yeah.
I took the D several times today already.
David McNiner, the Auntie Slayer.
Well, I know Roger Craig was a second round. I know when Frank Gore was taken. Don't quite remember Ricky Waters. I'm gonna say Kenny Willard.
Okay. David McNiner is going with the D. Steve-O Supremo. This one's easy. You could just pick a letter.
I'm gonna go with a number C.
There
And
you go.
I just want to say, Bebop. Like, look, I used to be you and be in the chat all the time, but just drop your balls and step up and come in the chat, dude. You're in there all the time. Like, let's get it.
Are you beefing with Bebop or something?
No, I'm telling him to call in. Like, why not? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
I used to be a chat guy, but like, it's cool to call in. So just call in.
Same here.
Bebop, what's your thoughts? Who is it? Who was drafted highest? Is it Frank Gore, Ricky Waters, Roger Craig, or Ken Willard? Let me know. He's going C. Knobber Craig. That was a joke. So the answer is D. Ken Willard.
Chakalaka.
Ken Willard was
I never knew
taken
that.
with the second overall pick in the 1965 draft out
That's
of
right.
North
Wow.
Carolina. And
Gore
one
was
of just 3 picks the Niners have ever made with the second overall selection.
I totally get
Gore
that.
was Roger Craig was the second. Gore was the third round pick.
okay.
I know that. I don't remember where Ricky Waters was, but at that point in time, our team was really good, and there's no way we were picking early.
I thought he was the third.
I always get that confused with Gore because I thought he was the third overall pick in the draft. So he was like a first round pick, but he was the third one taken. But I get that confused.
I didn't know the kid, so that's why I wouldn't read it out of two. Ones I knew.
So
Oh.
who's winning right now? So I can copy their answers.
Uh-oh.
I think it's David McNiner.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So now on to the next question. I believe this is yeah. So this tight end out of Clemson was taken in the 10th round of the 1979 draft by San Francisco, but would go on to become one of Joe Montana's favorite targets. Let's see. Spongy dropped out. We're him back in here. Okay, so what tight end out of Clemson taken in the 10th round of the 1979 draft by San Francisco would go on to become Joe Montana's favorite targets? J.J. Stokes, Dwight Clark, Terrell Owens, or Russ Francis? Corey.
I'm going with the D.
You're going with the D, Russ Francis? Or are
Is
you
it
going
tight
with
end?
the tight end?
So the
A,
Dwight Clark
J.J.
was the wide
Stokes,
receiver.
B,
J.J. Stokes
Dwight
wide
Clark.
receiver.
What
Only
this tight end out of Clemson?
What's
Okay.
B again?
I'm gonna go A. Dwight Clark.
This is a trick question.
This is a fan card question. Believe it or not.
So, Bryant, this tight end out of Clemson was taken with the 10th round of the 1979 draft by the San Francisco 49ers and would go on to become one of Joe Montana's favorite targets. A, J.J. Stokes, B, Dwight Clark, C, Terrell Owens, or D, Russ Francis?
It's gonna be Dwight Clark.
So B.
I think Francis. I don't know if he played tight end or not. Sorry,
No,
He
you're good.
did.
but I don't think
When he
that's
was
where I get
49.
confused sometimes, because sometimes people say Dwight Clark was a wide receiver, and sometimes they say he's a tight end. But I'm gonna go Dwight Clark.
Spongy, what's your thoughts?
B. B. Dwight Clark.
He's going B. And David McNiner?
B. Dwight Clark.
Steve Supremo?
So for you,
Steve, you better not
Dwight
from here
Clark
today.
was a tight end, and I was wrong. And JJ Stokes was a receiver, so I'm going to go with D.
Okay. And Bebop said D also.
And Corey said A. What did Corey
No.
say?
Corey said B.
I said D. Like Dwight
D.
Clark. I mean, I want Dwight Clark.
All right,
Yes.
then you said B.
Yes.
That's Batman.
Steve-O, did you say B for Batman or D for
D
Oh,
for
no.
taking the dong.
Okay. Whoa.
Got
So the answer was B. Clark ended up catching 506 career passes for the Niners over a 9-year career in the NFL. I think what Clark was, or he was just a lean tight end, and could play some basketball and box some stuff out. And Walsh was like, "That's a great wide receiver for me."
Oh, where'd
See,
Spongy go? Spongy needs to be awarded a 49ers fan card for answering that right.
See, my whole life I thought Clark was a tight end because where he caught that catch, but then I found out he's a receiver, so that's why I was confused.
Well, it's just like what you come out of college as and what you get put in as in the NFL. It can be totally different.
Yeah, that was what tricked me first.
Like Fred Warner was considered like a safety in college, but then they bumped him up to linebacker when he went into the draft.
Yeah.
So, it's all how they deal with you, I guess. All right. This Hall of Famer was taken by the 49ers after 11 other players at this same position in the 1996 draft out of Tennessee, Chattanooga? Oh, this is simple.
Yeah.
Was it A, Terrell Owens, B, Wesley Walls, C, Dwight Clark, or D, Fred Dean?
What was the question again?
This Hall of Famer was taken by the Niners after 11 other players at the same position in the 1996 draft out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. So in other words, what Hall of Famer from the Niners was picked after 11 other people in his position group had been picked in the 1996 draft, and he went to Tennessee, Chattanooga? Corey, was it A, Terrell Owens, B, Wesley Walls, D or C, Dwight Clark, or D, Fred Dean?
I'm gonna say A, Terrell Owens.
Okay. Bryant?
I'm going to say Terrell Owens.
Okay. David?
Hey, Terrell Owens.
Steve-O Supremo?
Terrell Owens.
Spongy says A, Terrell Owens. So does Bebop Jones. And everybody got to keep their fan card. Everybody got
Hey,
to keep their fan card.
we need to award Spongy a 49er fan card, though, because he got that Dwight Clark question.
He'll never accept it. We don't want to give him something he'll burn. You know, what happens if he burns down his house with that, you know?
I mean, what do you guys think about Owens not being a first ballot Hall of Famer and then doing his thing he did at his Almirada or whatever? Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I don't know what happened. Let's just get on.
Well, he didn't do it at the Hall of Fame. He did it at his college. So because he
I
got
don't know
shamed
what he
3 times.
did. That's what I said. I don't know what happened. So I just
Oh, he didn't get invited to the Hall of Fame, so didn't he do his introduction at his college? Because before the Hall of Fame came on, didn't they say something like the people at the Hall of Fame said something about him, and then he refused to go to the Hall of Fame? They were saying that he wasn't ever going to go in, and then he got in, and then he got mad because they said he wasn't going to go in, so he refused to go to their introduction. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame at his college, I believe.
Right. Are you guys okay with that? I mean, I'm okay with that.
I don't
Okay.
really like T.O. to begin with.
From what I've heard from the people that have actually met him, he's an asshole. So yeah, I'm okay with that.
like I'm glad we brought that up. So let's move to the first question about the Rams. This Rams offensive lineman taken in the 3rd round of the 1976 draft by Los Angeles out of Jackson State would go on to have a son who would win multiple Super Bowls as captain of the New England Patriots. I'm guessing what's the kid's what's the offensive lineman's name? This is such a stupid question. So there's a Rams offensive lineman who was taken in the 3rd round in the 1976 draft out of Jackson State. And he had a son that won multiple Super Bowls as a captain of New England Patriots. What is the guy who is the Rams offensive lineman's name? Dick Bruschke, Rodney Johnson, Willie Law, or Jackie Slater?
Jackie Slater.
Okay, he goes Jackie Slater. Bryant, who you going with?
I'm going to say A. The Brewski guy.
Dick Bruschke. Spongy, who you going with?
I'm gonna say Teddy Bruschi's dad. I'm guessing that's who it is.
So you're going to go with me, Brewski.
I don't know if it's Teddy Bruschke. I'm slaughtering the name. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, but it's fine
Hey, if
with
I
me.
get it wrong, it's all because of you.
Okay.
Yeah, I blame you too.
Okay. David McNiner, what's your thoughts?
Jackie Slater.
Okay, he goes with Jackie Slater. Steve-O Supremo, who you going with?
I'm gonna mute my initial thoughts and go with Slater.
Okay. Oh, he's got to mute them. I know what he's talking about then. Let's see who we got in the chat. Oh, Bebop. Come on, give us the answer.
No, he's probably saying, "What the f kind of question is this?"
Yep. So I'm just going to come out and say it. The answer is D, Slater. His son Matthew has won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. So Matthew Slater, who I've never heard before. Won 3. Okay. Well, hey. This quarterback, a 4th round pick out of Nebraska in 1977, would go on to lead the Rams to an NFC championship in 1979. Is it A, Dieter Brock, B, Vince Ferrangmo? God, stupid. C, Jim Everett, or D, Pat Hayden?
I'm going with Jim Everett.
Okay, Bryant, who are you going with?
Jim Everett, the great, please.
Spongy, who you going with? Spongy.
I'm
Sponge.
gonna ask for the answers again, though, while we're waiting for Spongy.
Okay, it's Dieter Brock.
Mm-hmm.
It's Vince Ferrangamo, Ferragamo, Ferrangamo. C, Jim Everett, or D, Pat Hayden?
I know Jim Everett and Pat Hayden didn't do anything. I'm gonna go with B for regular.
I think you actually know that name. I think you. Oh, Spongy says kick him.
Oh, that's it. His StreamYard probably is having issues.
Moody style.
Yeah.
Ferragamo?
Can you repeat
Was
the
that-
question? Because the 1973 to 77 got me confused.
I never said 19. I never said those numbers. How did you get confused by them?
Well, that's to be determined, but can you repeat the question?
This quarterback, a fourth round pick out of Nebraska in 1977, would go on to lead the NFL Rams to the NFC Championship in 1979.
Chris Everett.
Okay. We don't even have a Chris Everett on the answer, but hey. I know you're saying Jim Everett. Yeah. The answer is B. Vince Ferragamo.
Ferragamo. Sure.
Ferragamo.
Ferragamo.
Fragamuffin. He's a fragamuffin.
Okay. Jim Everett played in the 80s, like 89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I thought about it. I said, oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Answer is B.
Because I was like, I know Jim Everett had some games, but I know that the Rams 1979 they went to the Super Bowl against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay. We got 2 more questions left, and then
Got beat by the OG TB12.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Terry
here,
Bradshaw, good quarterback. I like Terry.
So here we go. Second last question. The Rams traded a second and 5th round picks to the Colts in the spring of 1999 for this running back.
True.
Jerome Bettis, Marshall Faulk, Edgerrin James, or Eric Dickerson?
For the Colts, you say?
From the Colts. The Rams traded a 2nd and a 5th round pick to the Colts in the spring of 1999 for this running back? Either A, Jerome Bettis, B, Marshall Falk, C, Edrin James, or D, Eric Dickerson?
B.
Okay, B, Marshall Falk. Brian Colt.
Marshall Falk.
Okay. Dave McNiner.
Taking the B for Batman.
There you go. Steve-O Supremo.
Man, that is a really good question. We know it's not a Bettis, but I'm going to say Falk.
A B for Marshall Falk. All right. So, Bebop Jones also says B for Marshall Falk. And you guys are all right. Falk was reportedly upset with his deal and looking to renegotiate, but ended up being shipped to St. Louis.
Yep.
Where he ended up
He was
winning the Super Bowl.
Thorn
Yep.
in our side, too. It's kind of hard to forget.
He was
Yep.
a beast. The Rams have had the first overall pick in the draft 7 times. What position have they invested in the most when they've had their shot at the top of the draft? A, running back, B, wide receiver, C, offensive tackle, or D, quarterback?
I'm going to say, what was running back? A?
A.
Yeah, running back.
Bryant?
I'm going to take quarterback. Is that the D?
That's the D.
I'm taking the D.
David McNiner.
I'm going to take C on this one.
Okay. Steve-O Supremo?
I would say head coach, but I'm going to go D.
D
Head
for
coach is a
quarterback.
good- head coach is good.
Little Spongy and Randy Daytona both said quarterback. Bebop Jones says offensive tackle. Or it says D, essentially. Or no, C. And
David
the
McNiner?
answer... Huh?
David McNiner's right.
No.
Nah.
The
I
Rams
don't
have
know.
The Rams
ahead.
have taken a quarterback 4 times with the number 1 overall pick. Billy Wade, 1952, Terry Baker, 1963, Sam Bradford, 2010, and Jared Goff in 2016.
Goff, really?
Oh, wow.
Pace, Orlando Pace was a stud. I'll admit that.
Oh yeah, dude. Some of the left tackles are just fucking epic in history. You know what I'm saying? Like Trent Williams will be an epic left tackle that people will talk about forever. But I mean, like Orlando Paints and Jones, you know, the Seahawks had Jones and stuff like, oh my gosh, some of these offensive linemen, you're like, God.
One of a kind.
Joe Thomas with the Cleveland Browns forever. That's another one.
Yeah, and he gets shaded because he stayed with the same team, shitty team for 10 years or whatever.
So
Yeah.
Bryant, who won?
I didn't get the last 4.
Giggity.
You what?
I didn't get the last 4. I was keeping
Last
up. Yeah, I was keeping up until the NFC, until the Rams. Damn it. But at that, I'm so sorry. At that point, it was David McNiner.
Did we do the Niner questions yet?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I kept up all the way to the Rams, and then I started running out of page space, and I was going to start doing it down below. But then we were only getting like 1 or 2 people to answer those questions right, and it was still David. So David won.
Yeah, David won. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm
Sorry,
sure
guys.
that too.
I got all the way up there, and then I was like, damn. And then I was like,
And little Spongy came in second.
yeah, he actually did. He got 3.5 points. So
3.5 points.
Recount. I have proof.
No, you don't.
How much I got?
No, I don't.
Corey, what?
You're not going to be able to get your hands on my servers. Oh,
8, you got like 8 right, Corey. And then
Right.
David got a lot more. So
I
you
know.
got half. You got half right, Corey.
Steve-O tied with me. Nobody cares. Bebop,
But I get third and a half.
yeah, we're third and a half. 'Cause,
You forgot to
you lost-
deduct his point, I think, though.
yeah, you lost a point, so you're like one behind me. So, no,
That's, that's
we did good. Everybody did really good.
So
Everybody-
that's my first deduction ever, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened before. I don't think anybody's ever lost a point.
So that should be squashed.
oh gosh. Little
Ryan-
Spongey's calling you out in the chat.
Hey, you know what? No comment.
No, little Sponge, you came in and you got second place regardless. So yeah, you got two and you got two right in the Rams. And Bebop did really good too. So it was a lot of fun. Bebop
And
got
Spongy.
the false one right. He got Eli right. He got the true answer right. He got the next one after the true, the second one after true. Then he got
okay.
yeah, he did good.
No, I mean, to be fair, like Beto had a call in earlier, and I was trying to say soberish, and then by the time I got on, because Corona got called in every channel and show us whatever, and so of course, and so then by the time I got on, my beer was freaking warm. You know what I mean? So I was like, I had to try and stay somewhat sober before I called him. So now, maybe not so much.
I'm trying to speak to little Spongy here, so give me a second. Spongy, I was going to be changing the Friday night show around a little bit, and I was thinking of giving you your own segment, and I was thinking of showing you pictures of people from the past, and you have to come up with their name and their occupation. You know what I mean? And you can, just kind of go off the wall with it. I was just thinking, that might be something cool. You just come in and we give you people from like the 17th century, and you're like, okay, yeah, he's down. Okay, Spongy, we'll make sure we get that going for you. Okay, that's awesome, because I think it'd just be funny, a teenager, having to try and figure out who some dude in some frilly blouse is. You know what I mean? Just making up a name and an occupation off of his face and his dress, or their thought that would be hilarious.
So Ryan, are you going live every day, or what are you doing?
What's up?
Are you going live every day now, or what's your plans?
Actually, I am planning on going live every day during the weekdays, but we'll see how that evolves. I'm going to be trying to do all my shows that I collaborate with people with, and then I'll be trying to do like a bullshit show, keep up with the thing. There's a podcast option on here, so I'm trying to like figure out how to make a good podcast. So it might be.
I mean, I'm just curious because that notification button, like if I hit that on all the shows I watch, it drives me nuts. Whatever program I'm in, and it pisses me off, and I started blaming people, and it was me because I was hitting the notification, so I don't hit the notification on everybody. So I was just kind of curious, like,
Dude,
if I know people's schedules, I don't need to hit the notification. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I noticed I had to turn certain people's notifications off because they put out content all the time that I'll be in the middle of doing stuff and I've got notification. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh my god.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yes, I get that. I understand that. But yeah, I'm
So
gonna.
if I know people's schedules are changing or whatever, you know what I mean, I can just pop who's live and figure it out versus, you know what I mean, getting 20 notifications.
Check back in a couple weeks and ask me again if I'm going live every, again. You know what I mean? Then if I could make it a habit, if I make it a habit, it'll be a thing. If I can't make it a habit, it won't be a thing. So, but I do kind of want to start going on, I guess, solo every night.
Well, live is a good thing because then you can interact with the crowd and all that. But you know what I mean, as a chatterbaiter or whatever you want to call me, it's a little different.
Yeah. No, it seems like that's one type of format that I don't do, and I want to get better at it. You know what I mean? Because I don't do it that often. So I think if you notice, I've been doing a lot of shorts lately, and I think it's good to be versed in every discipline.
Yeah, your shorts been coming up a lot in my shorts, and I don't know why, but I mean they're decent, and you seem to be getting a lot of followers too since the last like a week and a half. So that's pretty cool.
And anytime you see anybody, so just to let you know, so if you see somebody's, like my short or John Jay's short or Brian Culp's short or Corey Davis's short, if you see their short there, and it's somebody you appreciate, make sure you watch the whole video for at least one time, and then a little bit of the next time. So once it switches over again, let it roll for a couple more seconds or whatnot, and then make sure to switch, swipe up so you go to the next one, whatever video it may be, because that tells the algorithm that you watched the video, that you liked it, and that it made you want to watch more content. And that's exactly the content they're trying to find.
So it's twice now you said swipe up. So like I watch it, I either like it or comment or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what the swipe up, what I mean?
On the shorts, when you click on the short, if you swipe up on your phone, it will bring you another short.
From the same person?
No, not necessarily. It can at times. I've gotten two of my own back to back, and I'm like, why are you showing me mine? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you showing me mine? And I watch it. You know what I mean? I watch it, and then I swipe up, and it's me again, and I'm like, God, I don't want to watch me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to sit there and watch another one. But yeah. So when you click on it, it should bring it up, and then once it loops, then you should be able to swipe up, and it'll bring up a new video, and that tells the YouTube algorithm that you liked it, and that it made you want to watch more content. So anytime you see anybody's video, like short, do that, and that'll help him out.
And I like those because honestly, like you had Beanie on for like 8 months, and then now you're not. So I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued. What is he gonna say? And you make some, your personality on those. I like it.
Yeah, it's best. And what I've found, and anybody who's listening that might want to, try and piggyback off the success that I have, I would just suggest do it your own personal way. And another thing I suggest is keep it as short of a video as you can. Talk kind of as fast as you can, so nobody loses their you don't lose anybody's interest. If I talk really fast and you have to think of every single word that I say, then you can't really stop. Well, you can. But once I stop talking fast, you can now tune me out.
Because like last week you were at what 230 subs, now you're like about 350. Like I'm not gonna, don't quote me, but I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty good, And I see what everybody's doing. I watch everybody's numbers. I don't care about numbers, but I do watch them. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So that's if you see those videos, and you want to help somebody out, that's how you do it. You just you see Tony Culp, she's making her videos. So every time I see a Tony Culp video, I'm sitting there going through it and I'm letting it play the whole time. And then I swipe up. And like I said, that just helps the algorithm know that people like it.
Yeah. Stay tuned to her. She's my wife, of course, but and she's great. She's doing great things as well. She's starting to. There's going to be a major announcement on her channel, and she's going to do something really big.
Her channel or your channel?
Her channel. So she's going to do two things.
She's got her own channel? I didn't know that.
Major announcement.
Yeah, so she's doing shorts, and she does have her own YouTube channel. So if anyone would like to go and subscribe.
She wears shorts?
Yeah, she wears shorts too. It gets hot in Stockton, really hot. So with her channel, she's doing some more like documentaries, more of a type of channel where she's giving more video, where she's talking more about like different aspects of the team. She's going into bigger analysis. But what's going to happen here soon, possibly maybe Wednesdays or something, depending on the time of everybody's shows and stuff, we're going to have to correspond. But me and Tony and 2 other people are going to be going on a show. Possibly we are all going to have to get together and talk about it. But she's going to be doing a show with me here soon on my channel. And then here soon, her channel will be ready to have an announcement. And her announcement will be she's going to be doing a show as well. And she's going to come up with a day. I think it might be a Saturday, but we're not sure yet. It's got to be something that she's working on some other people, and we're going to go from there.
So I have a question real quick. Like today I seen a couple of videos. One was of Joe Stevens. You know Joe Stevens and Levi. I gotta give them crap. Just they're cool, but they're kind of rivalries. So Grant Cohen is like in the stadium. Wow, I said his name, but it's like 75, 80 degrees, and he's wearing a sweater. And then like I see
Oh yeah.
And then who was the other person? Who's the other person wearing a sweater? Oh, Joe Stevens. Joe Stevens made it short. His first short. And then, I'm like,
You made your comment and some other guy's comment made him like turn that video private. And I said, what, Joe? I said, you either go in and you roast him or you fucking, make friends with them. One or the other. You either crack jokes about yourself or you roast the fucker. One or the other. I say, you don't take your video down for that shit.
So yeah, Joe was the other one because Joe was like talking about Vernon Davis, right? He's like, and I agreed with him, the short sleeve jersey thing. I agree with him, but
Yes.
I seen his lines in the background, so I made a comment, and then I watched it a few times because I'm a weirdo like that. And I was like, dude, you're wearing a sweater and it's 75 where I'm at. Like, what kind of person are you? So that was, he took that as sarcasm and took it down.
It was, well, he
Words
just got,
hurt. Words hurt, Steve-O. So if you're not nice, man.
no, it was the other guy's words. The other guy called him like a dipshit or something like that, right? Some kind of, he got some really harsh criticism.
I didn't see that.
He just mentioned that you had made a comment too, and so I when you started bringing it up, I was just trying to give you shit for like making him do that, But even though it wasn't you,
No, I mean from the very beginning,
people.
From the very beginning, like when Joe came on, and everybody's like, "Oh, thanks for your time," I'd be like, "Hey, Joe, you're on. Thank you. You're on. Welcome." You know what I mean? And that's just how I am. It's just rivalry, no big deal.
No,
but when I seen his video, and I was like, wait, why are you wearing a sweater and it's freaking 80 degrees out right now? Like, that's weird. You know what I mean? So I had to repost.
You're not in Washington.
No, I understand, but it's still 75 today, correct?
No. The sun really didn't come out until probably, I'd say, it like came out like to where you could like feel warm. It came out at dusk almost. Like it was overcast all day.
But that's outside, right? Or are you talking inside the house?
Oh, do you think we heat the inside? What are you talking about? You think we heating things?
Spend that money.
No.
My dog gotta be comfy, you know what I mean?
No. Like the only time Joe's probably heater is probably like a wood stove, maybe. He might have some other gas or this and that, but he's probably just, using wood.
So what do you keep your thermostat at during the day? 60?
I don't have a thermostat, bro.
I mean, you know what I mean. I keep mine at 60. Like, what do you keep the temperature inside your house?
Don't have a thermostat, bro.
What do you have?
Nothing.
You got a thermometer? Nothing?
Why?
Your pipes will freeze if you don't.
Nah.
And mine did last year.
You got to keep the water running. It's all good. You just
No, I kept the water running and they still froze. That's what pissed me off.
Oh, yeah.
But
No, there's a heater. We just turn it off at time. It's not like it's clicked on or clicked off. It's like this time of the year, everything's clicked off except for maybe like nobody's heating anything, nobody's cooling anything. It's just you wear more or less clothes. There's no reason to spend any money on
I was always wearing a sweater, so that always confused me. Even then, now that it's wintertime, I was always kind of like, that's why.
Washington weather is way different than anywhere else.
Yeah, I get it. So he took that post down?
For now, I'm pretty sure I told him to get it back up, so I'm pretty sure he'll put it back up.
Well, as long as it wasn't me, because he knows,
No, it
he
wasn't
knows
you.
he knows I'm a troll. So
Yeah, he wasn't like affected by you say. Like I said, it was the other asshole.
yeah, because I mentioned something about his blinds too. Because I every time somebody posts something, like I look at everything in their video just to nitpick something. Because I have no license, I'm a loser.
Spongy, you only got 10 followers on TikTok. We'll have to figure that out. Do you have a Twitter, Spongy? You probably don't. Next time you come in, drop a link to your TikTok, and I'll have to put that in the description for the Friday night show. Talk about that.
I've never seen Randy Daytona post for I couldn't even tell you how many months.
Hold
Can
on.
he call
Hold
into
on.
somebody? Can he
Hold
call into somebody's channel?
Hold on. What up, John Jay?
What's up?
Hey, John Jay. Are you ready for the Warriors and the Lakers?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your great conversation, so I just kept
Oh,
silent.
you're good. He's kept on going. I was like, wait, we hadn't even said what up to John yet. I was trying to get through all that.
You know.
Yeah, here we go. Lakers Warriors. This ought to be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations.
Yeah,
so
where's
basically,
David
David
Corona?
Corona, he said he's not umpiring on Tuesday, so me and him are going to do a stream together for the game. So that's going to be fun. And then game 2, 3, depending on how many games, 4 games minimum, 7 games maximum. So that'll be fun. Yeah, so
That must be must watch TV right there.
like Corona's going to
Going
talk
back
all
and
his Lakers
forth.
stuff. He's
You
gonna
know
talk
what?
about
I have
James'
I have a serious question for David Corona though.
Yeah.
So does the pea get freezer burn?
I'm not sure that was serious.
Oh man, it is funny.
That's funny. How you
That
doing
was a
tonight,
good
John?
series. That was a good series, though. I'll admit.
Yeah, the Kings only scored like 30 points in the second half, and the Warriors scored like almost 60. In the I wasn't home. I was with YTC, but I was driving most of the time in the second half, and basically I just was looking at the screen to update the score, but that was fun.
Hey man,
Yeah,
that was a one in a lifetime game. Steph Curry and Looney had though. I got to give him props.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it.
Now I will say this: even though the Lakers are, I think, the 7th seed,
Sure.
in the end of the year and in the postseason, they have done really well. And just like I said with the Kings, I felt that we were going to beat the Kings because for whatever the reason, like even when we were awful, we played well against the Kings, but like they're a very young team. In a year or two, that they'll be a dangerous team. But when it comes to the Lakers, like LeBron, I don't know. Like we'll see what happens. Like David Corona said, it's about if they're healthy, they can beat us. If they're hurt. So,
you should have heard the Kings saying at the end of the game, close to the end, when they knew the Warriors were winning, they was all going, LA Lakers.
So just to answer Basher, I'm not. It's not like the NFL. Like the 49ers are my favorite team, but I also like Green Bay because that's where I was born. But I left when I was 7. Basketball, I'm a little different because when I was growing up, Pippen emulated my game, and so I like Pippen and the Bulls, and then I like John Stark, so I like the Kings a little bit, or the Knicks a little bit, and so now I'm not gonna lie, I'm a kind of a LeBron chaser, so I want either LeBron to win it, CP3, or Steph Curry, and I don't care who. I have no particular order. I'm one of those three to win it, and I have no favorites.
Mm.
Yeah, just
Go Sonics.
How long ago was that?
I think so. Kevin Durant was drafted in 2006, I think 2006, 2007, around that time. And then a year or two later, they relocated to Oklahoma, and that was the year where they took away our Thunder mascot. Took away our Thunder mascot, but
So the Kings want the Lakers to beat us.
You got
are those
chicken?
little baby chicks?
You got chickens, Ryan?
Yep, little baby chicks.
Is any of them named Trey Lance or Debo?
Three of them are the roommates. She's off. I'm taking care of them right now. I'm taking care of 4 bunnies, 2 full-grown chickens, and all those babies. Yep, they're in their roost. I gotta make sure I put these chickens away.
I gotta get Tony some more chickens. She's only got 2 left.
You own chickens too, Brian?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a
I
nice
got
backyard. I got a couple of nice chickens, and Tony and the girls, they like it. The dog gets along with them. So
Corey,
I got 3 chickens. Huh?
hey Corey, I got a question to ask you. I remember one time you told me a story where one day you forgot to, like, you said you forgot to close a door, and then one of your chickens was no longer alive.
Well, yeah, we lost all 3 chickens that
Wow.
way. What happened though? My brother, he had to go to work early in the morning. Like he had to be at work at 5, so he opened up the cage at 4 so they could get out. Because that's the time I heard make it downstairs. So he tried to let him out. And raccoon came and got him.
yep.
Oh man.
That's what got ours too, as a raccoon.
Yeah,
Yeah, we ain't got problems with raccoons, but I guess an opossum came up in there and was like sleeping in there at night, and so the chickens were roosting on the front porch. So the roommate was like, "Yeah, just make sure you lock them in there at night." I was like, "Cool, no problem."
My dad was working on his Opel GT. It's a car, if you guys ever seen one, that kind of looked like a little Corvette. And he was working on it. He was right in the engine compartment, and then he moved and he seen something like flash at him, and he looked back and it was a possum right there in his face. My dad jumped back, and it was right there in the engine when he was working, and yeah. He got scared. Possums are no joke. They're not nice at all.
I got a possum story. In my little league team, we were playing a game. I think 13 or 14 years old, and I see what I thought was like a little dog, like a little white dog, and that's because you know how I am. They were changing the picture, so I went to look at it. I said, that does not look like a dog. And I said, wait a sec, I seen this on TV. It's a possum. And I said, wait, a possum in the city? And then I look close at it. It was like very pinkish, like a very pinkish color, like it was like pure pink or red. And I said, a possum's not supposed to look that way. And then someone told me, oh, if you ever see those possums that are kind of reddish pink, stay away from them because they have rabies. So I learned something new that day.
Wow. Yeah, because they're most of the time that I've seen them, they're kind of like pale. They do have like a pink color to them, but they're mostly like pale, like gray. So that's interesting. I'll have to look out for that because we have possums that come around our property too. We live close to a levee, So there's creatures like that come up. But yeah, we have a big old mama raccoon on the property. Just a little ways down, and there's a big palm tree, and it lives up there. And this thing's big. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to. I don't know. I leave it alone. It's been on top of my roof a couple times, and I know the neighbors have had problems with it too. So I have to figure out something to do with that.
Yep.
Raccoons aren't fun. They're no joke. They can jump.
I hate raccoons. I hate them. I remember my very first encounter. Those things can chase you long distance, but I also learned that they're afraid of the light. So I don't know who I told this story to, but when I get out of my car or whenever I'm out at night and I have a backpack, I have one of those big giant flashlights to scare them away. So if I see a raccoon, I turn it on.
Yeah, raccoons.
Hello?
Hey.
Okay. I'll make sure I'm still with y'all.
Yep. Corey, do you have a tab on?
Nope.
Okay. There's a little
I'm
echo.
on my phone. I don't have no computer.
Okay.
Boy, this morning when I was on there with Brian, my phone got so hot I can hardly hold it in my hand. It was like, oh my goodness. And then my phone cut me off and said, too hot, can't take you off. And then I couldn't text or nothing until the phone cooled off. Almost did a David Corona and go put my phone in the freezer.
That's funny. Yeah.
I was sitting in my auntie's garage right there, and I guess even though I was in the garage, the sun was still beaming and made me hot, and the phone real hot. I'm like, wow.
Yep. I remember the first time I used StreamYard was like 2 years ago, and I didn't know how the computer or the device is going to warm up. And then one day I saw a feature on my old computer that computer died. So that's why I got me my new one in, I think, January, February. And it said, your computer needs to be turned off. So I turned it off. There's something. Uh-oh. Yeah, StreamYard for some reason, like it warms up your devices.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys.
Earlier today, I actually was trying to hit a link, and it was saying nope. So I had to reset my device, and then it took. It was kind of weird. But let me. I'm feeling how warm this thing is right now, and it's a little warm to the touch. It's not hot though.
Yeah, I can feel kind of my phone, the back of my phone now.
Yeah. I'm really just thankful, you guys. Thanks for coming on the shows that I've been having. I really appreciate you guys' interaction. I really do. It's been a lot of fun. David, we can talk later about maybe going on tomorrow or skipping a week and waiting, because I know you might want to talk to your if you're busy tomorrow. If not, we'll talk. And then John, man, you've been killing it. I got to see a little bit of your show today. It was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I went and played basketball with my daughter. I thought I missed a meeting when I was able to make the meeting. So I've been busy today, but I got to catch your show and you did a lot of good work on it. And uh, shout out to Ryan for throwing on the show tonight. We usually like to hear from you, Corey, but I know you're vacationing. But Ryan, you put together some really good questions.
Mhm.
So, and I'm sorry, guys. I missed the Rams. I thought we were done. I know the Rams are garbage, and I kind of like tuned out.
I have one thing to say about the Rams. Stetson Bennett is not the new Matthew Stafford. Sorry, Rudy.
I look, Stetson Bennett. I was thinking that he might be able to come in and do the same type of thing that Brock Purdy did. He's got the same, without having the same resume, he's kind of got the same resume. He's been in all the big crucial games. He's won, he's lost. You know what I mean? Like, he's been through a lot of pressure. He's a 4-year starter. He's made a lot of decisions. He's made a lot of throws. Is he going to be day one starter? No. Could he be his backup and replacement? Yes. I have a feeling he could totally be. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't go too far. I don't know what they have, but what the chance they have as far as getting someone who has something between the ears and has seen something like that, then I don't know. Time will tell.
What scares me about Stetson Bennett, I'm not going to doubt what he's done because he's accomplished. But every great college quarterback that has won national titles, won the Heisman, has had great careers, for whatever the reason, they fall off in the NFL. And I just remember Doug Flutie was a great quarterback with, I think, the Hurricanes in the late 80s, early 90s, and then he went to the NFL. He did play till like he was like 48 years old, but he never had like a Hall of Fame career. So I don't know why those like big quarterback. I remember when Vince Young ran it in. Oh, he was the best quarterback. And then mostly it wasn't about injuries or bad performance. It was like his mental health, really prevented him from being, a long-term guy. Matt Leinart, another guy from USC, won like 3 Rose Bowls in a row. He was really, really good, but never had the same success. Now he did go to a Cardinals team, so I'm not trying to say he was bad, but for whatever the reason, like that quarterback class, Jake Cutler, who was from Vanderbilt, had a losing record in college, had a 10-year career. So I don't know why these quarterbacks now. Maybe Stetson Bennett, will destroy the mold. But I remember the last time a quarterback that was over the age of 24, 25 went to Cleveland. Brandon Weeden, he was a 29-year-old rookie. Didn't work out. So I'm just scared, that mold will continue. But
I liked that. I liked Flutie. I thought he was really good. He was a Charger for a little while. He had success down there. Drew Brees replaced him, didn't he? And then he went to the Patriots. I think he bounced around maybe a couple more times, but then he is going to make the Hall of Fame. You guys know why that he's going to make the Hall of Fame?
Why?
Because he's the last person to do that pooch kick or whatever.
Drop kick.
Yep.
Which, I'm sorry, I would like to see something sneaky like that. You know what I mean? Like, what if the quarterback on a 2-point try could do a drop kick instead of having to throw it? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we find some way to use a drop kick? You know what I'm saying? Like, ask these guys to be more of a athlete. You know what I'm saying? Not that you have to change the game completely, but imagine, being able to, hey, you want to win a game? Have a fucking quarterback who can kick this thing, a drop kicker. And, either that or put your kicker in there. And if anything happens, you know what I mean? Like, that's your fault. You know what I mean? Like, there should be something where there's like some high stakes type poker shit that you could do. You know,
I got one. I got one. You guys could clip it, or maybe the NFL is listening. How about we take the kicker, and if he's going to go for an extra point, and he accidentally he fakes it and he throws a 2-point conversion. You take it from 2 points to 3 because it was the kicker. Make
I
the
know
kicker throw some passes. They'll be
know-
like, hey, why is that kicker throwing? Because he scores points.
I know. Let's see. I'm not as like old as most football fans, but there were times like before like the 2010s where that used to be a thing, and then I don't know what happened, and then the NFL just stopped. Well, I'm not saying the NFL, the NFL teams stopped doing it, but I think if I could remember, like I remember one time, one of my, you know, one of my like foster uncles was telling me, man, I remember that in the 80s and 90s they would always do that, like like not every game, but there was always one time or a couple of times during the season where they will toss the ball to the kicker, the tight end would run out, and then they would throw it for it. They don't do that no more. My high school did it all the time, all the time, just for fun.
Okay, who was the 49ers going against? And a team went for it on fourth down. They tried to throw the ball, and the people that guard the runner, the receiver, or the runner that's going down the field, and the coach and everybody was upset because they thought it was a pass interference.
I remember. If I remember, Michael Crabtree was walking off the field. I don't know if they're going to kick the football or if it was a third down or fourth down play, but I remember that play.
No, it wasn't. 49ers was on defense. And
what season? What year?
Huh?
What season? What year?
It wasn't last season. How many seasons?
Oh, are you talking? So, what was it exactly? A fake punt or a blocked punt?
Yeah, the other team was doing a fake punt, and
the Seahawks.
Our defenders grabbed the receiver, blocking him and all the way down the field, and the other team wanted pass interference, and they were swirling down with pass interference. And the referee says not pass interference because the other team got to know that you're faking it because it's a punt, fake punt. The defender can do anything to that.
I think that was the Saints. I know what you're talking about now, and I know recently the Seahawks had a fake punt against us.
Mm-hmm.
They had a fake punt, and I think that got a touchdown on us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still remember.
But this one, where the defender, they was holding they was blocking them all the way down the field, and the referee, me and the other team, they was in the fans. Everybody was upset. It was like it should be a personal foul. It should be a pass interference.
Yeah. No, I remember. I remember when Harbaugh was the coach. I don't know if we were playing the Rams, but we were not at home, and I saw Michael Crabtree. I said, "Wait a second, what is he doing? We're about to get 12 men on the field." And there was basically one less blocker or something, but it was either third or fourth down play. And I don't know if it was the kicker, the punter, or the quarterback. And they thought that we were going to kick a field goal or something. And then they threw it to Crabtree. He caught it and he ran it in. And then the coach was like yelling, "Dude, that's 12 men on the field." And then they explained the situation. He was an eligible receiver, but he was right next to the sideline in bounds. And when the ball was hiked, he ran straight down to the end zone and just caught the ball. And then so that was one play that I remember. And then I remember the Rams in either 2017 or 2018. They were playing on Sunday Night Football, and they were going to punt. And then the punter from the Rams threw the ball to Todd Gurley, and he caught it and ran 20 yards. I think that's the last time I remember trick plays from a special teams.
But I mean, and we won the game, and that team was hot because it was like. But then I thought about it because I thought it was gonna be called pass interference too. I'm like, oh, but then I thought about it. If they call that pass interference, every team would do it. Every team would do a punt block a punt fake just to get a penalty for that. Everybody would just start doing it to get it pass interference because you block all the way down the field on a punt return. On a punt off. The defenders are blocking them, keeping the gunner for going down the field. See, that's where what's his name messed up on where he got that touchdown. What was his name? The play that Brian Cutt was just talking about. Who was that defendant over there? He was supposed to stay there. With that guy, he left him. Brian Cutt, you remember? Who was on the play you was talking about?
The punter. I think it was the punter who faked the kick, and he threw a touchdown. It was all special teams. I think the Seahawks were in green, and I think
what was the player that was supposed to have been defended, but he ran off. He let him go.
Was it like Lenore or something like that? Was it like number 20 or was it? It wasn't Jimmy Ward. Was it Jimmy Ward? I can't remember.
I can't remember who it was.
But somebody was totally sleeping on him. Totally sleeping on him. I was so
mad. It's the guy that was always causing the penalties. He was always getting penalties. And then he got benched because of his mistakes. Old guy. He used to play who he was drafted with.
It wasn't Peanut. It wasn't him. It was it 38?
No. He played for other team. He came to us. He's a veteran. He was the best, one of the best corners. Then he fell out because he's too old. He played with the Eagles.
Or what era are you talking about?
He's talking about the game where the Seahawks faked that punt. It was like just a year ago. I think it was just last year. They faked the punt, and then the next year, I think the next game we had a punt, a field goal blocked. They blocked our field goal. It was
so basically, Travis Homer ran a 78-yard punt return, and then the Niners twice. The game against the Seahawks, we fumbled 2 special teams snaps. So we kind of, I was still angry at those 2 Seahawks games.
What was the guy named David? He always got pass interference calls.
Oh, Josh Norman?
Yes. He was supposed to be the guy that first stayed on that receiver, and he just took off and left him.
Yeah, you might be right. I was thinking it was somebody else, but I think you're right.
And then we were like, we were so mad at him.
Yeah, Josh Norman after he
dummy.
After he got into it with Cliff Kingsbury, and Aziz had to pull him off. That was like the low point of that 2021 season.
Yep.
That game was just like was a crapshoot. That was not Like people got mad at me. I said that was not Jimmy's fault that game. Kittle fumbled, Ayuk fumbled, Josh Norman, put his hands on the coach. The defense was not playing good on that game. I don't even want to get to when Jimmy Ward was not on the field and Talanoa Funga had to be on there and Huff didn't want to tackle. That other safety did not. They just let him run. Oh man, that stream, I was so livid. I was like, what am I watching? And I thought that Miami game in 2020 was like, oh man.
I was so happy when they threw Josh Norman off the field. I was so happy. I'm like,
because I remember they were overhyping him.
Covering him.
Overhyping him. He played a few good games and then he just like fell down.
How you feeling, Ryan? What else you think we gotta say? Think everybody say what they gotta say?
I think we're good. I don't know, we still got 5 people watching, so I don't know if they want us to keep continuing. I don't know what else we got to say. I think there's a lot of tape that needs to be watched, and I think we need to probably regroup, maybe
Re-energize.
middle of the week or something like that, and maybe kind of share what we've found as far as tape wise that we found.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to make some time and examine I already did the show, but I want to continue to do like after I do the undrafted free agents, I want to do a show of each prospect. So there's gonna be a Jake Moody episode, 1 hour.
John, do you break your lives up into smaller videos?
Not really.
So when I was listening to some stuff on Twitter, essentially, one guy, and this is what I had been thinking the whole time because I feel it too, is that people don't click on that live after it's not live for the most part. They do. Don't get me wrong. It's not everybody, but most people don't. And it seems like you can take a portion of that and clip it up, and that 10-minute segment will get, more views than the live stream will. So I don't know if maybe like going into StreamYard and streaming just segments and then putting them out, and then maybe even like linking all the segments together and putting it out as a whole episode. I don't know if that's might help too.
Yeah, one thing about
because you could also schedule those daily. So if you do you plan to do one show, because you go live without really talking to people, you know what I'm saying? If you just did that, without going live, and then cut that up into segments and then put that out,
Yeah. So one thing I've learned, I think I've done this 3 times, is premieres, where basically I recorded some shows and then I basically posted. It does well, and then like the first, after there is like 50 views, and then and then a week later I got like 300 views. So I got to do that again. I don't know why I stopped. But another thing why I don't post regular videos anymore, because when I post it, nobody watches it. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to waste my time so that's why I do live streams and I do shorts, because I don't know what happened, because I don't know when I started to realize when I started posting videos, I was getting like 2 views an hour, sometimes 0 views an hour. It made no sense. So I said, yeah, so that's why I only upload shorts. So I'm probably going to do something like basically like 24 hours in advance. I'm probably going to do some premieres. So that's what I'm going to do. But
I know who does that a lot. A lot of cutting his videos. he do the live.
Mhm.
And then after he do the live,
Mhm.
he'll cut. Suppose like you do an interview with somebody, he'll cut that and put that one section out, and he'll put like a little title of it, and he keep on doing that. Jay in the Bay, he did that a lot.
He does that a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to look
Ted,
on
Ted
that.
Talks Ball. Ted Talks Ball does that a lot too.
Mhm.
What does he do?
He'll
Clip it.
he'll do an hour-long live and then chop it up into sections of what they were talking about
Yes.
and release shorter videos.
I'm gonna learn how to do that. a
And
little bit.
I wasn't saying you shouldn't go live, but I was thinking like that might be a good way for you to, like, if you don't go live every day, that might be a good way for you to have representation every day, putting out something new and in a more consumable portion. You know what I mean? Because like I'm sure we all have seen it. It's like after your live goes live, it's essentially dead. You know what I mean? You have some trickle-ins, but you know, and like I've even found with doing my timestamps, I get more people coming back to shows, but it's the clips that I find that really start driving people back. I've got one about like it's like WTF Kyle Shanahan, right? That one still gets clicks. You know what I'm saying? It's done. It's essentially the content in it kind of can still be relevant, but what we were talking about, we moved on from that topic. You know what I'm saying? So there can, you know, that's something else I would think about if I was like only doing maybe one show or two shows a week. If I was doing two shows a week, I might do one live and I might do one off and cut into segments so I could post every day and then let everybody know at the end of each one of those things, make like a little clip that says, hey, you know, this is Ryan. Thanks for watching my clip. I go live on Wednesdays, at this time. You know what I mean? And then you could get them all know, come back and watch that. Just a thought.
Well, I don't do YouTube for views. I know some people, they do YouTube for views, and good people. I mean, literally some good people. I don't want to throw out names, but I've had discussion with people. I said, like, why do you care who is watching it? Like, why should it matter if there's like 30 people, 60 people, 80 people watching compared to like those who care about your channel? Because I'm not doing this like, you know, some person. I'm not gonna, you know. Anyway, here's the point. I'm doing this for fun. Like after a little bit of my little mental, you know, scare, you know, that happened in February. I'm glad it happened. I personally don't give a damn about what I do on YouTube. I'm gonna do it for fun. And I had about 20 people at one point that clicked on my stream, and I had basically like between 14 and 15 people watching the entire stream. That's a lot of people. I don't really get that on my channel, so it's a blessing when it happens. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm just having fun, and I'm also gonna go back to doing like maybe like 2 premieres a week, and you know, a couple of streams, and also I've promised a few people that we're gonna do a weekly live stream. So I got to get their schedule. We'll think what we're able to do because I just want to talk football with football fans on my channel. It's just having fun, like what I used to do compared to what happened last year. I got bad advice from some people. I'm not gonna say who, but at the end of the day, like if just because I have like almost 2,000 subscribers and only like 50 to 70 people are watching my streams, I'm fine with that because what am I trying to do? I know I'm never going to be Grant. You know, I'm going to use him as an example, but I'm never going to be him, and I don't want to be him. You know, he can do whatever he wants. I just want to do what makes me happy, and that's why I would rather quit and just go work and make like $100K a year. You know, if I wanted to do that, but I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun, and you know, I'm done with like, and excuse my language, and excuse anyone who this may like. I don't want to be on 10 streams every single day. You know, I don't want to do that. It's not good for my mental health. So I just want to do whatever I want to do. And then if I have time in the evenings after 7 p.m. my time, I'll hop on. But that's why I told people I'm not doing 10 streams every weekend. I cannot do that. I don't know how they can all do it, wasting their days. But again, if I crossed the line or offended anybody, I'm sorry. I want to say that, but you got to have time outside of a computer and social media because it does mess up your brain.
Yeah, shout out to the people that get out and exercise a little bit and do a little bit for themselves. And, you do have to make sure that the trash is taken out, the dishes are washed, the cat's got food, the dog's got food. Oh, you got to go to the grocery store to get that food. So, yeah, you got to get away from the computer. And for those people who are watching, who are around the computer right now or watching on your phone or, your TV, because sometimes, like I'll hear people, they'll be like, so many people are in my chat, but so many people are watching me. I don't know how that works. Like if I'm watching somebody on TV and then I got my phone on, does it act like another person's watching you? So I don't know, but I always appreciate everybody's efforts, and if they're having fun, then it makes the stream a little bit better because you can see that they are having fun. You can see the aura coming out of people, like good vibes and good views.
Yeah.
My auntie asked me today. She's been talking about me all day today. I come in there and Corey's have his phone on, and he's talking on his phone, and he was on there like an hour and talking. I'm like, will you just get off that phone talking to somebody? And I said, and she had to go ask her son, Corey's on the phone for a whole hour talking, and he showed me a video. And her son said, he's on a podcast. He's on a podcast. He's talking to some football. Oh. And she was telling everybody in my family at the parties. It was like,
Well, are they subscribing? You know what I'm saying? They should have been
Yeah.
subscribing to your channel so they can see, oh, look, it's Corey going live. You know what I mean? Like me personally, like I'm sorry if one of my cousins who lived across the country had a live stream, once a week, I would be in there to give him shit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe tell little family secrets that, not necessarily, bad, but, would make a blush. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Hell yeah. That was what I'd be doing. That would make.
Shout out to Uncle Greg who came in on the Friday show.
Right?
Why did he find that? Oh, because posting it on my Facebook, posting it on my Twitter. When you guys got time, if you can like, share, subscribe, pass a video along, tell a friend, tell a family member. Like Ryan's saying, I got cousins that are MMA fighters, and they're on YouTube. I subscribe to their channel. I'm not getting in a cage with them. I don't want to fight, but if you want to watch somebody, they're really good. But that's the kind of stuff you gotta get on, check it out.
Well, with that, I think we should wrap it up. I think John Jay kind of let everybody know already what's going on his channel. Bryant, you got anything? Oh, you let us know about Tony's channel. Let us know about yours.
I'm going to talk to David, and we will either be going live tomorrow for our first Monday show, or we're going to pivot to next week, depending on his schedule. And
I'm 100% down to go live tomorrow.
perfect.
I mean, when it comes down to it, I can tell them I got something else going on. It is what it is.
Perfect. I'll make a thumbnail and I'll send you the link, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow. And it'll be our first David and Bryant Talk 49ers, and we'll figure out something to talk about tomorrow, I'm sure. And we will go from there.
What time?
We're going to go on at like 5:15 or 5:10.
Okay.
We're going to go until like maybe 6:10. So we're not going to try to overlap too hard. But because me and David both want to go check out NWO, and there's other streams that come on out after that, and then the same thing. We're gonna try to push for a Wednesday show, but I don't know the timing for the Wednesday show yet. And it'll be me, Tony, Steve-O, and possibly my wife. Not possibly, she's there, so we're gonna make it happen. So that will be a show that's gonna happen maybe on Wednesdays, and we'll maybe have to change the date on that. And then as far as Tony's announcement, she's gonna make that on her channel. So stay tuned. It's a lot of fun, and the draft come through. There's so much fun stuff to talk about, so I'm excited. And I'll be on Friday, your show, of course, and Saturday and Sunday we'll do coffee talk. So,
Corey, you're back on May 2nd, right?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm
What
coming
day
back.
is
I'm coming back Friday, May 5th.
May 5th. That's right. Okay.
So I'll just be looking out for you, huh?
Okay.
If I can escape and do something, my phone's good, I might come live.
All right. Well, keep us posted. We'll all let everybody know on our lives when you might be popping out for one. John Jay, is there anything that you didn't mention earlier that you wanted to let people know about?
Yeah, I think I already basically the next couple of weeks it's gonna be like draft, like profiles. Tomorrow, I'm not gonna post a video because I gotta look at all the undrafted free agents, get all their information, and then after that, Tuesday I will talk about the undrafted free agents, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll break it down. Basically, Wednesday would be the safety, Thursday will be the kicker, Friday will be the tight end, and then next week the remaining players. Yeah.
All right. And with that, we want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat. We just appreciate you. And make sure you go out and just subscribe to everybody in the panel here. And we out. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
I'll be